Maverick fam, what is going on? How's your mama? Your boy Dion, aka I'm Maverick, bringing you guys another epic Rants episode. Now, this one's a little different. I'm coming to you guys from the backyard here at the office, and I don't know how long we'll be out here because there's a pretty loud dog over there. But if you are new, this is the series where you guys can send me questions to the email reachimav@gmail.com. Should be on the screen right now, also in the description, and I go through them and I give my 2 cents on them if it's an email that I feel like I have 2 cents on. And usually I sit and I go through and I prepare some, but I'm kind of all over the place. You know, we've been super busy as we just moved in here. Madden just launched, and so we're super busy, so I haven't had a chance to go through them yet. But I'm getting a lot more now since I started the series back, and so I'm sure there'll be enough. Looking by these titles, it looks like there's a lot of YouTube questions. This first one is about someone that's going to school and they want to do YouTube and they're trying to balance sports and all this stuff. I've kind of mentioned stuff like this, but I'll give you a quick answer. So, like, YouTube success doesn't give a fluff about your schedule. It doesn't give a fluff about your girlfriend. It doesn't give a fluff about your kids, right? Like, do you know how many days, and what's crazy, even like your viewers barely care. Not to say that you guys don't care about us as a family, y'all do, but if I didn't post any content, I couldn't be successful on YouTube, right? And so there's certain days where I think I have an excuse on why I shouldn't upload, whether it's father duties, husband duties, brother duties. Like, there's a lot of things that I have going on in my life outside of making content for this platform. But if I'm not very proactive and do a lot of problem solving to make sure that content is always going up, I get no pity points. Like, YouTube won't be like, all right, you really wanted to do videos, so we're gonna still send you a check to cover your, you know, all the equipment in your office and to pay for the office and to keep the lights on. Like, no, all right? Like, my kids got dance classes. Those are super expensive. My kids go to like a Christian, like, private school. Like, I wish I could just pay that with hopefulness and trying hard, but you got to make it happen. And so if you still, like, you have to prioritize it. If it's a priority for you, maybe you do it instead of sports. Maybe you do it instead of some of these extra things. But if you still want to do all those other things too, then find a way. Get less sleep. You're going to stay up later, get up earlier, whatever it may be. But you guys can filter this, and we can change this question to fit whatever it is you want to do. You want to start a business, you want to go to school, you want to make a sports team, you want to get a girlfriend, but how do you balance it with this and that? You know what I mean? Like, you figure it out. And I can't give you no algorithm that you can input to, because that doesn't exist. And trust me, I've had a lot of mentors in my life. I've read the books, I've been to the seminars, I paid for the $25,000 masterminds and talked to like multi-millionaires and asked them, like, guys with families, how do you juggle it all? There's no one answer, and it's not always easy. And so you will have to sacrifice to make your dreams happen. You want to do a lot of things, you want to be dope at a lot of things, you want to have success in a lot of areas, you're gonna have to sacrifice. Like, it's something you have to. I heard a quote, I don't even know about who it's from, but you have to pay for it. Just remind yourself that, like, no matter how it happens, you pay for everything. If you want a nice body, you want to be in shape, you have to pay for it. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's in the kitchen and with your diet, you won't get that result without paying for it. And then on the flip side, if you don't take care of your body and your health and whatnot, you will pay for that as well in bad sleep, bad health, hospital visits, disease, right? Things like that. And so sacrifice and being willing to pay for it is just part of success, man. And so I couldn't tell you the perfect way to juggle school and this and that, but if you want it bad enough, you'll figure it out. That was supposed to be a quick answer. It really wasn't, though. The title of this email is Society's Outlook on Jesus. I haven't even opened this, but let's see. So basically, he's saying he's been rocking with us for a while. He's got a question for me and wifey. I'm familiar enough with the Bible to know that it says Jesus hid amongst the Egyptians, but there's only one problem. Egyptians were fairly dark-skinned. I know that it shouldn't matter what he looks like, but my question to y'all is, do you picture Jesus being this white, blonde-headed man with long hair? No, I don't. Of course not. There's no way that you really know much about the Bible and the geography to think that he's white. But I kind of like what you said. It doesn't really matter. Like if you're reading the Bible and you're stuck on skin color, you're already fluffing up. I don't know that it's necessarily horrible if thoughts like that entertain our mind and whatnot. It's just when people go to like the huge extremes with it, that's when they kind of lose me. But good question. And I do think there could be like deeper meanings to it and why he's portrayed that way. But at the end of the day, I'm more worried about the Bible and its truth versus all these million of different conspiracies that are always running around. You can't keep up with those. So you got to focus on the truth. And I'm not going to go too much longer on a rant, but I have, well, there's black friends, black family, and they're like really passionate about that, which is cool. But it's like it gets to a point when you're fighting for that and you're trying to make a bigger deal of that and how you feel about it versus still really seeking the core of what the good book's even talking about. Like, you're distracted. And I think there's a lot of distractions out there deliberately put in place to just keep us busy off of stuff like that. And we could go deeper on that. Life is just full of distractions, man. Like, yeah, good question, really good question. But yeah, my man, this is titled Content Creator Course. So my man's talking about the Content Creator Course. We got this about to launch. Now we're looking to launch beginning of September. Now what I want to do though, for those that don't know, all right, I have a content creator course where we basically go over, I'm trying to make it like the Bible of content creation, right? Because there's so many industries that have a way of walking you through how to be successful in that industry, but the content creation world is like a wild west, and there's no one teaching it at a deep level on how to be really successful and run it like a business, not a hobby where you just have to get lucky. And I'm talking about like we run this like a business. I think there's people out there that, of course, there's videos and blogs on how to write good SEO based titles and how to do thumbnails and how to do your tags right. If you think that is the gist of having to run a content creation business, you're running it like an amateur. And there's people that get lucky and people that do well doing it that way, but it's very volatile, it's hard to control, and it's not smart to run it that way. I really think you should be taking off the content creator hat and be like, oh, I do YouTube, I do Twitch, I do Instagram, whatever, and put on the marketing business / entrepreneur hat, and you have so much more control, so much more freedom, so much more leverage. And so we're launching that, and this is a deep course. Like, I have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of testimonials of people that are really blown away by it. We're actually launching it for $1,000, and you got to think, this is a multi-million-dollar industry. Like, people are killing it, and so the return on investment potential is ridiculous. But I want to do something special, and at least for like my audience, for like the first 2 weeks, either when we launch or before we launch, we want to let you guys get half off. And so some of you guys actually took action on that from when I talked about it in the last video. And so I'll make sure we put the link in the description, and you guys can check it out, get it for $500 off. And we just finished a beta. It was like a 2-month beta where I actually let people in it for $100. And I already knew the content that I was teaching was good. I knew it worked because I had been doing it behind the scenes, of course, in my own business, but helping friends for years. I was like, you know what? Let me just make sure. Let me get a beta. So we had like 200 people in the beta, and I walked them through all the content and everything that we're teaching, and just nothing but good feedback. People are blown away. They're learning a lot. And so, can y'all see that? Can y'all see that lizard? Did I get it? I don't. Look like he was trying to attack me. But so this is good stuff. Like, if you can get it, get it. If you can't, you can't. Like, this is some of the best stuff that's out there, and I'm super proud of it. And so, enough selling, y'all. But if you want, that link's in the description. But that's what he's referring to, and he says he was looking for more advice. That I basically wants me to expand on the advice that I gave, I think, in the last episode, where I was talking about just as a content creator, have one focus. And then he was asking if there's a payment plan for the course. So there's no payment plan for the course, and there's no real expanding I can do outside of you getting the course. Just focus, right? If I can give you some good free advice, focus your channel as much as you can. Not and you gotta focus deep, right? So let's say Madden just came out. Don't say, all right, I'm gonna be a Madden channel. No, focus even more. I'm gonna be a mode within Madden. So all right, I'm gonna be a Madden Ultimate Team channel. But even go, can you focus more than that? I'm not gonna be a Madden Ultimate Team channel. I'm gonna be a Madden Ultimate Team solo battles channel. I'm gonna focus on solo battles. But can I focus even more? I'm gonna be a Madden Ultimate Team solo battles tips channel. I'm gonna do nothing but tips on solo battles. And the more you shrink, the less competition you have, and you can even when you shrink that much, you can have people stop being competitors and be allies. And we go really deep into that stuff in the course. But yeah, had someone else write the email, said they saved up and they want to know if they can get the course. Yes, you can get the course. If the link isn't in the description yet, just go to thefulltimecreator.com. Someone said, I've made 1,000 videos on YouTube and got 15 subs. What can I do to get more views? Oh yeah, you're definitely doing something wrong. You need to get the course. There's for real a lot of questions on YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna just start skipping all those in the title. My man here is talking about investing. Long story short, his family's struggling, like they can pay the bills, but there's not much money after that. And his dad is into gambling, but he thinks is a bad idea. His mom doesn't agree with it, but now his dad's getting into investing instead, and he wants to get into it. He thinks he can see himself doing that, and his mom just doesn't approve of it. So I think he's asking for advice on that. I'm not big on like disrespecting and not honoring your parents. So if your mom doesn't support it, I wouldn't have you moving forward with it. I don't know how old you are. I really don't. But investing is tricky, man. I'm not a big fan of people investing unless they really got a nice cash flow coming in. I'm all about cash flow before you invest. So whether it's you have a job or you start up, or you invest in like and when you say investing, I mean investing can get tricky. How I just define investing at its simplest form is giving up a good today for a better tomorrow. So I invest in my health when I eat a salad versus the hamburger. But when most people talk to me about investing, they're probably talking about like stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, like they're investing in the money trying to get a return. When you say that, I think you should start having cash flow, because that can be risky if you don't know what you're doing. And so if you have this money saved up and you're like, I'm gonna learn how to invest, and you lose out on that money, where is there more coming back? So I work on trying to get the cash flow as high as you can, and then you can look at different opportunities, and when these opportunities fail or they flop, it's not as big of a hit because you got your cash flow. Okay, I think that's the most important thing. Get the cash flow, whether it's a job, a business you hate, something. You can be miserable as long as you got cash flow, and then you can start experimenting out of that and then replace the cash flow with these different assets. And so if you guys are already struggling, I wouldn't be focusing on investing. Even if you want to do that long term, you can still be learning about it and perfecting it and understanding how it works, and maybe doing small little tests. But first, work on your cash flow. Okay, so this one looks cool. Says, just wanted to elaborate on how you come up with ideas for your videos. I'm a software developer, but when it comes to personal projects, it's hard for me to think of something that's unique and useful to create. As always, love the work and pray for the best. Appreciate that, man. First off, we do have a module on creativity in the content creator course, and I'm gonna get real deep here. But first off, I think, and this is so weird, I operate a little bit different, but I hope y'all can hear me out. I think the first part of creativity is knowing that everyone's creative. Every single person, I believe every single person on earth is creative and has the ability to be creative. Most people just struggle because they say, oh, I'm not very creative. Now, the reason I think everybody is creative, because I think we were made in God's image, and the first thing that God tells us about in the Bible is that He's a creator. In the beginning, God created. So God is a creator. That's the first thing we find out about Him. And we were made in His image, and so we're all creative, and we all have the ability to do it. It just comes in different forms, right? And so me, I can be very like artsy in a way, and think of very cool, unique things, whether it's a video idea or a creative way to find a solution to a problem. Now, someone that I know personally that doesn't call themselves very creative is my man Wes, who built all of Maverick.tv. He's very creative. He does it with code. He's very, very creative, and he created Maverick.tv. There wasn't no template website. He didn't use Wix. It wasn't WordPress. Wes built like it was nothing. And then Wes came, and now we have Maverick.tv. Wes is very creative. It's just a different creative. And some people are fast creative, right? So I can be very quick and snappy and witty. I think of things very quickly. That's why I'm a bad person to argue, because I'm gonna creatively destroy you. But then there's other people. My wife's actually really creative too, but she has like a certain slower creativity where if you give her something and you give her like 10 minutes to think on something and just sit back and analyze it, she's gonna tear that thing up. And so just understand you're gonna have strengths and weaknesses within your creativity, but everyone is creative. It starts with that belief, because if you don't even believe you can be creative, you're not gonna be creative. So then after you understand that you are creative, then you gotta figure out where your the best state for your creativity, right? So does it flow better in the evening? Does it flow better in the morning? Does it flow better on an empty stomach, on a full stomach, with music playing, no music, walking in the office? So get very experimental with your creativity. I know a really good time for me is I like to be up early before everyone else, and I like to just sit in the shower. Like I'll turn our shower on really hot and I'll just sit in it. And it really, I love steam rooms and saunas, and that's like my ghetto version at the house. But when we like really build our own like custom house, I'm definitely having a steam room in there. Because if I can just get away and like I know not even too many people are awake, I'm by myself, and I can just meditate and I have something going on, whether it's shower water hitting me, a sauna, like so many ideas come flowing to me. I know some people that have their best ideas at night. You may have to keep a notepad next to your bed. You may wake up at 3 a.m. Okay? And then creativity sometimes isn't as much about who you are as it is you putting yourself in the best position to be creative. Some people can do very well at scheduling creativity. Say, all right, I'm gonna chunk out this part of my day and I'm going to sit down, I'm gonna stare at a problem and just figure it out. So you're thinking of something that you need to design, like I'm a 2 to 4, I'm locking my door, I'm not leaving till 4, and I'm gonna have some ideas. And maybe someone else, it doesn't work that way. You got to be playing basketball, talking with people, schedule that time, and just go into it knowing like, all right, I got this issue I'm trying to tackle, or this problem I'm trying to solve, and put it in the back of your head, meditate on it for a second, and then go play basketball or whatever it is, and then just watch how your subconscious goes and searches for that solution. But yeah, I don't want to get too deep, and we definitely go over creativity in the course, like I said. But and here's the thing. Honest to God, I don't do this to sell anything that I'm doing. I do this to benefit you guys. And I'm gonna give y'all a bonus tip. I'm gonna pretend someone asked the question, how can they help them, how they have a sales job, and how can they improve their sales percentage, right? And I would answer, I'd say, well, first off, selling is a good thing. Selling isn't bad. So I'm being very clear with y'all that I didn't do this episode with the intent on be like, oh, I just want to sell this course I'm about to launch. And y'all should know that I've been giving out information and trying to bring value into your guys' lives for years. That's nothing new. But on the flip side, even if I did do this just to sell my course, I don't believe selling is a bad thing. I know people have weird beliefs behind it, and they think that, some products or some services can have the wrong intentions and can come off the wrong way and very sleazy. But I feel like if you're doing business the right way, I have a moral obligation to sell you, right? There's so many things that I've bought in my life, and I'm so happy I did. Think about some of the clothes you might be wearing, your favorite pair of shoes, or your favorite video game. Aren't you glad that game company sold you on it? Aren't you glad that they dropped a trailer and they had pre-order bonuses to sell you even more, like, because you're enjoying it? Whether it's your favorite car, like, aren't you glad that the salesperson maybe turns you off from something else and sold you on the more expensive option, but you like it more, right? And as long as people are bringing the value along with the price tag, like, there's nothing bad about selling. Like, and if people are selling good things, you should be happy when you buy them. And so I know what creating content online has done for me and my family over the years. Like, I love that we're able to just move into this new office. Like, just this backyard is way bigger than the houses that I grew up in. And it's a lot of the marketing courses that I've bought over the years, the business training I've had over the years. Like, I've spent a lot, and I've applied what I've learned, and it's changed my lives. And if I could, and we do have a course that can do this for other people and change their lives, why wouldn't I sell it, right? It would be more of a dirtbag thing to keep it to myself. And so I don't feel bad about selling. And so neither should you. No matter what you guys are doing, as long as you're doing it the right way, you're not cheating people, your intentions are pure, and you're trying to provide value, you better sell. But yeah, that was a good question on creativity. Let's see, we're getting kind of, let's do one or two more. I don't know if maybe I should cover this dude's name, but like this, y'all don't really be able to see it. Like this email says help. And so I'm trying to skip all the YouTube ones because I don't want to keep bringing it up. But for whatever reason, this YouTube stuff was this content stuff was supposed to be talked about in this episode. And he's talking about the course and he wants it. He's willing to pay full price. He just needs a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance. And all right, and so let me pretend this was another question to give you guys value that don't even want to create content. The fastest way from point A to point B, and as far as like being successful in anything you want, is to find a mentor, right? And so let's say, right, this is our journey. Me and you want to be successful. We're gonna move this chair I was sitting on. But success is the end of this, right? So of course, we're just like, all right, this is what success looks like. I just walk from this end to that end. Wrong, that's not how it ever works, right? So really, what's more accurate is you set out for success and you're like, yeah, it's lit, but oh, there's a setback. And you started here, but now you're back here. And you're trying to crawl back to be, you know, successful, and then you get detoured, and then you end up this way, and then you end up this way, and you're lost in the wilderness, and you're confused, and you're trying to work it out, and then weeks turn into months, which turn into years, and then you get a rock in your shoe, and you're just lost, and you want a mentor, and you're sending emails, and you're like, help, I just need guidance, I want the course, but I just need a little bit of help, because all you want to do is go that way, but you're so frustrated. You're trying to lose weight. You're trying to figure out women. You're trying to start a business. You're sick of your family struggling financially. You just want to go that way, but look, you dang near twisted your ankle. Your legs are ashy. Your sandals are falling off, right? Does anyone feel that? They just want to be successful, and it seems like they're going the opposite way. Like they know they need to go this way, but for whatever reason they keep messing up. Well, here's the thing, there's someone that's already gone before you, and they spent the 4 or 5 years over there, right? And they've failed for you. For example, Juice was doing all of that before he came out here with us. He was lost, he was confused, he was messing up, and then he came out here and he got me as a mentor. And guess what? I done all that too. So when Juice started to go this way, I was right here like, nah, I know, trust me, I've been that way. I got the scars to prove it. I got the shoe that's all messed up. Like, trust me, you don't want to go that way. Let me course correct you real quick, and let's get you back on track. Let's go this way. And then when he gets here, there's another roadblock that wants to send him this way. And he starts to go this way, and I'm like, nope. You need to be going this way. Come on, this way. Because I didn't already went that way, and you're gonna waste 6 months of your life going that way. And so the mentor can guide you. They can be your little tour guide through life and navigate you. And that's why mentorship is so important. Now, there's people that you may have locally, whether it's at a church, a family member, a brother, a parent. Value those, because God put those in your life. Those are free, right? And there's a lot of things I didn't need mentorship for, like as far as like going out to seek one, because my mom did very well at it. I didn't need someone to mentor me on how to be strong and how to persevere and how to be a fighter. My mom showed me that, right? And my older brother showed me, like, they instilled that stuff in me. But when it was time to like make money and not be broke, I only had broke people in my life. I only had broke people in my family. I didn't have anyone I can go to as a mentor, so I had to find some, and I did that through books. And then eventually, as I got my money up, I did that through courses. Well, actually there's cheap courses. I did it through courses and books to start, and then I started doing it and start paying a little bit more, and I started doing it in person. Then I'm going out flying to see these people, and like I'm getting more one-on-one help, right? What you're watching now, I'm able to mentor you a little bit. Of course, if you were right here next to me like you are, like Juice is, I could help you a lot more, but my time's limited. So how do you get access to things like this? You get the books, you get the courses, you get all that stuff. And so for this guy that wrote help, yeah, you can get a little bit from these videos, but don't be afraid to invest in mentorships. And this is, more people on here need help in things outside of a content creator course. I'm not even selling a course here. I'm telling you, whatever you're struggling with the most, look out for a mentor. Are you trying to figure out weight loss on your own? You're like, it should be simple and this and that. No, go hire a trainer. Go hire someone to help you with your nutrition. Like, go get help, go get a coach. Think of all the best players in the world in whatever sports, they have coaches. And if you ask them, they would credit the coaches towards their success. And I think I've been out of focus most of this video, but fluff it. Fluff it, this is like a podcast anyway. Y'all just listen to it. Your boy's out of focus. But you know what I'm saying? And so, like, get access to someone. There's so many good videos on YouTube. Start with that if you have no money. If you got a little bit of money, buy a book. I can't tell you how many of those books didn't change my life, man. Like, just care enough about yourself to invest in it. Because if we're being honest, y'all invest in some silly things. You don't mind investing in some food. You don't mind investing in some clothes. All these things that don't really serve you a year from now. I'm gonna come inside, maybe switch the lighting up, it'll help get some dang focus. Like, that's the fastest way from point A to point B, is to find a mentor, man. Someone has gone in front of you, that's made the mistakes, and they can coach you. So like, all of these, to me, these are mentors, right? Want to up my financial game? I need a mentor on how to get the camera to focus. All right, I just had to restart the recording. We're a little bit better. Trying to get my money up or something. All right. Tony Robbins went ahead, wrote a book for me. Money, Master the 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom. Oh, well, thank you, Tony. Like, if we read about it, he interviewed 50 of the world's most brilliant financial minds. From self-made millionaires to Nobel Prize winners, Tony Robbins has uncovered the 7 simple steps. So he went, I'm sure, around the world and interviewed 50 people. I don't got the money to travel and interview 50 different people. And not only are these 50 people, these are millionaires. Oh no, billionaires. I'm sorry, billionaires. So you think someone learned a few things as they made $1 billion, and they're just gonna they're gonna kind of tell me some of the things to avoid, some of the things to do? Oh, bet. Yeah, let me just get this book. How much was this book? $18. I know y'all done spent $18 on something stupid. Like, go get you a mentor. Go get a book. And then the more mentors you go out and find, it starts to compound and you start to get results in your life. And so, like, think about it. These videos that I'm doing now, these epic rants, they're gonna get the least amount of views on this channel over anything else. And so you're not gonna have much competition. Like, when you start really taking life serious and betting on yourself and being proactive and investing in yourself, that wipes out like 75% of the competition. So all my people out there that are struggling, like, yeah, man, it's simple as far as what you need to do, but it can be hard. You got to push through, and it's gonna build some character. But y'all got this. All right, I did a lot of ranting in this. This was epic rants for sure. I was ranting. Let's see if I can get one more question. All right, this is another one. It says, how to block haters. I wanted to ask, how do you block out all the haters that try to drag you down at your highest and lowest points? That's a good question. You know, it's crazy. I had this crazy realization. I don't even know how long ago it was, but it was since I've been doing YouTube, and I was really bent out of shape, man, about something mean someone had said to me, or something mean that someone had said to me. It had to have been pretty bad, but I don't remember what it was. But I was just sitting there, and I got off of Twitter. I don't know if I was on Twitter, if I was on YouTube. I don't know what it was, but like, whatever it was, I closed it, and I just sat there, and I was like, okay, let's just say it was YouTube. I closed YouTube. There was nothing that I read, or even when the YouTube app was open, it wasn't physically stinging me. Like, there was nothing, there was no direct correlation with that message and the pain that I was feeling. There was something in between there, and that in-betweenness was me. So the person said something mean, so the hater said something. I received it, and I made it mean what I was feeling, right? And so I was like, okay, all of these words, no, let's break it down to its simplest form. Let's say it's online. All of these letters that people are putting on their screen and sending to me have zero power. I define how much power every single one of those letters have, right? And to put this in perspective for you guys, how often do people say good things about you and you're like, oh yeah, thank you, like you appreciate it, it makes you happy, but it doesn't go and consume the rest of your day. And that's good things. But all it takes is for someone to say something slightly bad about you, and you let it ruin your entire day, your entire week, your entire year, your entire life. I'm not exaggerating. People do that. They let it ruin their entire life and define them. And it's like, well, hold up. It's almost like a video game. Like, if you're creating a character, you you're allotting how much power to give those words, right? Like, I know black people that get really upset when someone calls them the N-word. That used to be me. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be sensitive to how certain things affect people, but I had a realization with that too. I'm like, hold up. Instead of me giving you enough power to be able to say one word and have me just go off, like I just try to fight people over this word, I was like, you know what? Let me just strip the power from this. So now when people say it and they get no reaction out of me, who's really winning there, right? And so just understand and trust me. I'm saying this from knowing that it's true, but not nothing that I've mastered. I've made progress in it a lot, and I'm so grateful for being on the platform like YouTube, because you almost have to toughen up to be able to survive. But I'm still very much a work in progress with this too, and there's definitely times where, you know, depending on how my day's gone, like a comment will rub me the wrong way, I'll get upset, but what I'm always reminding myself is that I decide how much power this has. Every single action. If my wife does something, I can choose to get offended by it or to brush it off. Like, we could have 10 people in this room right now, and some person says something. All 10 of us may receive that 10 different ways and apply 10 different meanings to what this other person said. And so you need to realize the haters have zero, like literally zero power, and it's you that's assigning however much power you're giving them. Whatever, and we can take this we can take the word hater away. It can be a relationship. Maybe you're getting upset with a boyfriend, girlfriend, like anything they say, they do that's offending you, that's the power you're giving them. If someone is being racist to you, I don't mean to do that like racist. Like, racism is real, but people are saying racist things to you. Well, how much power are you giving that, right? Like the person, if you call me N-word right now, even to my face, I'm gonna be like, you're a little late on that. I don't have no power over me, man. And so I think if you can get to a place where you internalize and truly believe that, I think you'll really start shaking off the haters, because they immediately become as insignificant as they really are. I hope that helps. That was kind of deep, but I hope it helps. So let's go ahead and wrap it up there, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If y'all are enjoying Epic Rants, the best thing you could do is let your boy know in the comment section. So I know this isn't a wasted time, but I know it's a blessing you. And some things to note is that someone's gonna go in, hopefully, and timestamp all the different topics. Oh, I should not have been saying this. I should have been saying this at the beginning. Why would I tell you now, like, you just watch the whole thing if you're at this point? But moving forward, y'all just make sure y'all keep time stamping for me so I can pin those comments for people that don't want to watch the whole thing. And I love you guys, man. Reachimab@gmail.com. And as long as you guys are still asking questions, I'm still slanging out these answers. It is it's 8:02, but I probably look like it's like 2 a.m. just because we haven't been sleeping much over here, really been grinding. Make sure you guys check out the office tour that we posted not too long ago. And yeah, I love you guys. You guys have a blessed day. Till next time, God first, God bless.